Hey everybody, it is Colette Baron-Reid and we are doing this week's Astro Oracle reading using my teaching deck, Wisdom of the Oracle. I'm just going to go through the deck from the top. I made the decision after I shuffled it for a good 10 minutes that I think I'm just going to go from the top. So if you're new to this video, how I do readings with astrology and oracle cards, what I'm going to propose to you is pick your sun sign. You're going to know what that is. So say, for example, you're an Aries. So these first two cards that I'm going to read are for you. Then if you know your rising sign or ascendant and your moon, then you will look at those, the next two and the next two, for a total of 6 cards. If you watched the overarching theme for everybody for the week yesterday, you'll have gotten, okay, here's the theme, here's what we need to think about, and this is going to give you a way more personal reading that goes along with the reading we gave you yesterday. Okay, so let's start with Aries. And of course, everybody always says to me, I look up because it's my husband. And he's behind the camera and he's an Aries. So this week for Aries, it's a really interesting reading because we have come to the edge and we have time to go. So come to the edge represents the ability to take a risk. It's a positive time to take a risk. And it's to risk letting something go. So leaving a space for the universe to fill. So rather than, taking a risk towards something, it's taking a risk to leave something behind. And that is what's being called for Aries this week. Now let's take a look at the next sign, which is Taurus. So Taurus has the card Orphaned and To the Sea. So the reminder for Taurus this week is not to allow yourself to feel in any way left out, and to stay connected to your friends and your family and your loved ones and your community. So if you do have a tendency to be a bit isolated, this isn't the week to do it. And To the Sea is about flow. So really tuning into how you flow with others. And don't worry if you don't flow with some people. You don't have to flow with everybody. So this is a reminder that there's going to be some for you and some not for you this week, Taurus. So now let's look at Gemini. So Gemini is Yang and No Place Like Home. So the first card is Yang, which is the card of action. And No Place Like Home, which is to be comfortable inside your own skin, inside your life, staying close to home, inside your own skin. So it's being comfortable with who you are and trusting that the way you take actions towards things are natural for you. Now let's look at Cancer. Cancer's first card is Peace, and the second card is Truth Be Told. So it's about that authentic sense of self-realization and being at peace with knowing what is true for you, knowing what is authentic for you personally, and not worrying about what other people think or say. Now let's take a look at Leo. We do 2 cards for Leo. Leo has Treasure Island and Between Worlds. So Leo, if you have ambition towards something, recognize that you are worthy of what it is that you are looking to do, to create, to connect with. But it's not going to happen overnight. Between Worlds says you're not quite there yet, but do know that there's great value in the things that you want to achieve. It's going to take some time. Now we have Virgo that says, go the distance in spite of a change in the wind. The reason I say in spite of a change in the wind, because it does feel sometimes that weather can stop you from let's say you're in a marathon and there's a big rainstorm and you think you have to quit, but you have to keep going anyway. So no matter what seeming disruptions come into your life, they're not going to throw you off course. Keep going. Puppy break, puppy break. Is it a puppy break? Yes, it is a puppy kissing break. So subscribe to my channel. Anyway, when you subscribe to my channel, there'll be a little bell that pops up for notifications. Click on that. And that means that every week you are going to get a message from us in your inbox saying our video has been uploaded. So that will be great. You'll be the first one to see them. You'll get 2 a week. One, like we did yesterday, the 6-card reading, which gives us the overarching theme, the general theme for the whole week. And then if you want to get up close and personal, you'll come to the Astro Oracle reading the next day. Now let's look at Libra. So let's take a look at Libra. Libra is a leg up and message in a bottle. You're going to hear news about somebody or some situation where you're going to get help. somebody is coming to help you, or a situation is helpful for you. That's for Libra. Now, Scorpio is about discerning. Oh, that's interesting. Being a thinking discerner. So think before you leap. It says not for you and thinker. So when you know something isn't for you, you don't have to overthink it or overanalyze it. You just know that being discerning right now is what's required of you. So there you go. Now let's look at Sagittarius, which is chaos and conflict and unfinished symphony. So Sag, if this is a week where you know you've been avoiding something, this is the week for you to jump in and make it happen, especially if you have been incomplete with something from the past. It's a great week to go fix it. Now let's do Capricorn, which is Capricorn is ready and imagine. I love that. Poised and imagine. So poised is that you are ready, and imagine is the right use of imagination, and it's just wonderful. So that is for Capricorn. Aquarius, now this isn't a hard one because Aquarius always likes to go deeper beyond the superficial. So it says all that glitters. It reminds you that what is very shiny, it's okay for something to be shiny, but there's something more behind the glitter for you. And building blocks is also, I feel when these two cards come together for Aquarius, they really tell you about that foundation that has depth. So it's like you can have a really deep basement with whatever it is that you're building underneath the foundation of what you're building. And now Pisces is about being never-ending story and higher power. So you may find yourself revisiting your victim story from the past. And we don't want to say a victim story from the past is something bad, but but we all have patterns where we have expectations of things that don't go well for us. But because the never-ending story is about, oh, woe is me, it's the pity party. So be careful not to stay too long at your own pity party, that your higher power can help you out of it and can help you leave it immediately. So to be careful of the pity party this week. So just to wrap up, remember the way I taught you how to do this. You look for your sun sign first. That's like if you're an Aries, you would see those two cards for Aries. Let's say you have a Cancer rising or ascendant, then you would look at the two cards for Cancer, and then you would look at your third, which would be your moon. If you don't know these three things, go to astro.com and put your birth data in there. Now, there's a lot of you that have a great experience with this just looking at your sun sign for the week, and we've had so much fantastic feedback from you to tell us how accurate it is. So it'll be up to you how you decide to do this. It's very, very easy. Anyway, what a great week for all of us, and I'm going to see you next week. If you like this video, like my page, like the video, like my puppy, hello, and leave a comment. We love to read them. We'll see you next week.